So before I start this video, in Berlin there is a film festival going on. It's called as Berlinale. I clicked this photo with Alia Bhatt. There's an interesting story with this. I'm gonna share that on my Hindi channel, which is linked in the description if you want to know that story. Let's start today's video. What's up, BEATNIKERS? Welcome back to my channel once again. If you're new here, consider subscribing because I feel that my goal is to bring in the most delicious thinking and enhance your intellect to escape velocity. Let's start today's day. Alright, so the video which you're about to watch was filmed in Paris. At the moment I'm in Berlin. When I was in France, in Paris particularly, I was so much interested to go and find that place where business is taking place. If you've been watching me for some time, you've noticed that a part of my brain is actually interested in entrepreneurship. I feel that entrepreneurship will solve major issues of our society with the way everyone has started thinking. The critical mass of our society, which is youngsters, they want to be their own boss. And I feel that if we help each other, we can create this world a better place. Anyway, without getting too much deep into that topic, I see that there's so much happening in Berlin. And when I was in Paris, I always was thinking in the back of my mind during that trip was, there has to be a place in this city also. And I expressed this view to someone whom I know from Schema Business School, and he connected me to Mr. Jonathan. Now, Mr. Jonathan works for this company called Paris&Co, and he is head of businesses coming from India, Africa, and Middle East. His job is to, in fact, the Paris&Co's job is to make Paris an attractive place for entrepreneurs from all over the world. They give them mentorship, they provide them with different sort of facilities. It's basically an incubator. Having said all those things, you guys know that Paris has some of the top business schools. I'm pretty sure a lot of people who are going there to study business, they might have some plan. This incubator has some of the vibrant companies working with them. That means you have more opportunity when it comes to getting a part-time job or internship, in fact a full-time job also. And if not that, then if you have an idea, you can go up to them. If you're in Paris or if you're about to fly to Paris, make sure that you get in touch with Paris&Co. Maybe they have something for you guys. Alright guys, so I'm standing right outside, how do you say that in French? Le Cargo? Le Cargo. Joined here by Mr. Jonathan. Sir, why don't you give us your introduction? That would take a lot of time, but a shorter one.
Yeah, of course, thank you. So nice to meet you, and my name is Jonathan. I'm heading the Indian, Middle East and African desk at Paris&Co, which is the economic and innovation agency of Paris. So in a few words, my job is to promote Paris as a place of business for all the entrepreneurs coming from all the world.
This is why it got me so curious, because in Berlin, we only hear startup every now and then. And I was like, I'm sure there is a place in Paris too. You'll be taking me around and talking about what companies are located, what kind of incubation activities are happening, what is his job role. Wait until you watch till the last, and yeah, maybe something is there for you. You know, never know that. Yeah? Let's go.
With pleasure.
Let's start with basics, right? We have spoken some time now, so I know everything what you do and what this company is all about and what are the initiatives. Let's go back to the basics. What is Paris&Co, first of all?
So Paris&Co is the economic and innovation agency of Paris. We do have, let's say, 5 main businesses. The first one is the incubation program. We do help and support more than 400 startups, which is make Paris&Co the largest incubator in Europe. We have also open innovation department, which is a kind of business club. We're going to help startups and big French company to make business. Yeah. We do have also the international department, which I'm coming from. So my job is to promote Paris all around the world to all the entrepreneurs coming especially from India or Africa, even Middle East.
Right.
We have an urban department and also the animation and communication department.
If I understand the whole thing now correctly,
yeah,
you help businesses to become from small to big.
That's right.
Second thing, to do all those things, right? What comes to my mind is, what do you want out of that?
You should consider Paris now as the place of a new capital of innovation.
Right.
So we would like to make understand to all the entrepreneurs that Paris in France can be an alternative to the US or even to other cities like London, even Berlin or Tokyo. So there is also some new possibility and solution for making business even in all the continental Europe.
Makes sense, because everything is so much saturated in London and Berlin and Zurich and all these places. I'm super impressed with the amount of companies what you have gathered and the kind of spread what you are involved with so many different industries. One curious question, since I'm into business,
let me know.
Do you take any equity?
Actually not. As we are, let's say, a non-profit organization, we are the Economic Innovation of Paris. We do not have the legal possibility to invest in the company that we're going to support. But we're going to be a kind of intermediary between the startup and the entrepreneur and some potential VC that would be interested to invest and take some part or equity in the startup that we're going to introduce them.
Mr. Jonathan, last question, very important question also. You're doing so much here, getting a lot of startups, getting them funding, giving them all sort of mentorship, everything. As a person, what I also see on the other side of the spectrum is you're also generating a lot of jobs.
That's right, there.
Can you shed some light on that?
Actually, the main goal, let's say the finality of Paris&Co is to attract companies that are going to recruit and the company that are going to make jobs in Paris. So we are looking, and this kind of company are looking for different skills.
Right.
So engineers, managers, researchers, etc. And they know that in Paris they have this kind of skill and the possibility to recruit these students.
Startups which are coming in now and the kind of support what you have, this is not like a private firm I'm standing in. You will be able to put it better way, you know.
Yeah, of course. We are a kind of intermediary and facilitator between the private sector and the public one, because we are representing the municipality, and of course we will just tell the entrepreneurs to all the world that we can help them and we can provide them all the connection they look in France and in Paris.
Alright, thanks a lot, Mr. Jonathan, for coming on my channel.
It was a pleasure.
That's it from today's video, but before I say goodbye to you, something which you have to take away from this video should be how to make your connection. How can you build your network in a way that this network reciprocates you back in terms of skills, in terms of probably part-time job or a full-time job in future. Probably your idea, which you've been sitting on for many years, you just don't have any pointers to go forward from there. So these are the organizations who can help you out to get your ideas into reality. Don't worry about money, to be honest. You know, if you want fundings will only come when you have a great idea. And the only suggestion what I can give you if you're thinking of having your own company is don't go into nitty-gritty, something which, you know, don't think of like I'm gonna be coming up with something extraordinary. That will never happen. Great ideas are made from simple things, and the more simplicity you have in your idea, the more it will attract people around you and believing in your vision and what you want to do. Again, I'm going to keep this topic for some other time. Just so you know, there's a lot of opportunities and there are places like this all over the world. You just need to find them. Now, if you're a hardcore, a business-minded person, you will understand what I'm talking about. For some people this may mean a lot of things what I just spoke, but for some minds it will mean nothing. So I'll leave that up to you guys. On this note, I would like to say goodbye and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.